Good evening. President Donald Trump has sparked widespread discussion at the World Economic Forum in Davos today with a renewed proposal to acquire Greenland. Though this isn't the first time Trump has expressed interest in Greenland, his remarks signaled a shift towards pursuing negotiations rather than a more aggressive acquisition approach. The response across Europe has been one of skepticism and caution. Concerns over sovereignty are mounting, and debates on the proposal have rippled across financial markets. Analysts are concerned about potential implications for NATO and global geopolitical alignments. The Guardian reports that these discussions are deeply intertwined with trade and tariff debates, spotlighting the fragile dynamics between the world's economic powers as they navigate this provocative proposal. The complexity of these negotiations present real challenges, tapping into historical sensitivities about territorial sovereignty, while also carrying implications for climate policy given Greenland's significant ice reserves. The discussions at Davos highlight how interconnected today's global issues are, with state sovereignty, environmental concerns, and economic stability all on the table. It's a reminder of the broader shifts in international relations, as traditional power structures are reassessed amidst these profound discussions. Turning now to Eastern Europe, where tensions continue to escalate. In the latest developments, a significant Russian offensive struck Kyiv, leading to extensive power outages and heating shortages as the city faces the heart of winter. The situation remains dire, with many residents scrambling for alternative heat sources and facing significant hardship. Democracy Now! Reports that the strikes also impacted other cities throughout Ukraine, further exacerbating the humanitarian crisis gripping the region. The pattern of attacks raises concerns about Russia's intentions and fuel fears of a prolonged conflict exerting a heavy toll on civilian populations. The consequences of these attacks extend beyond immediate humanitarian crises, as they also put additional pressure on global security frameworks. Countries are reevaluating their alliances and the capacity of international structures to respond effectively to escalating military actions. Unity and coordination among Western nations are increasingly scrutinized, with analysts monitoring for signals of strategic shifts or new defensive postures. Meanwhile, in Latin America, the United States campaign against Venezuela continues to intensify, with reports indicating ongoing vessel seizures associated with Venezuelan oil. These actions further underscore the U.S.'s hardline stance on the South American nation's leadership. Recent maneuvers also involve political alignments with Venezuelan opposition figures, as Washington seeks to bolster influence in the region while enforcing sanctions. Democracy Now! Points out that these events are part of a larger narrative concerning energy geopolitics that includes regional oil strategies and sanctions policies. The impact of U.S. actions reverberates across diplomatic and financial sectors, underlining the broader geopolitical chess game, where energy resources are a critical asset. This increased pressure may lead to redefined alliances across the hemisphere as countries navigate the implications of energy policy, sanctions, and regional stability, all pivotal themes in discussions about the Western Hemisphere's future political landscape. In the Middle East, a potential realignment might be underway as the UAE and Israel express their willingness to engage with President Trump's Board of Peace concept regarding Gaza. This initiative hints at changing diplomatic and security dynamics in a historically tumultuous region. Reports highlight a growing interest in mediation and collaboration that could signal new opportunities for peace and stability amidst perennial conflict. The move aligns with broader regional shifts as countries like the UAE and Israel explore avenues for collaboration that might have seemed unlikely in the past. This willingness to engage with international initiatives could provide key opportunities to influence broader peace processes and reshape regional power dynamics. However, as with all diplomatic efforts in this sensitive area, the potential for lasting change hinges on the complex interplay of local and international interests. On the domestic front, significant developments are unfolding in the United States, where nurses in New York have staged major strikes in response to working conditions and healthcare policies. These strikes add to political tensions as the nation grapples with broader issues including pardons and ongoing investigations impacting public perception and political landscapes. The fact that these domestic issues arise amidst the backdrop of international trade discussions at Davos is a potent reminder that domestic and global issues are often intertwined. Democracy now emphasizes that these labor movements echo a growing unrest and demand for systemic change, resonating with wider global discussions on rights and fair working conditions. While debates continue within the U.S. regarding labor policies, these protests serve as a lens into broader societal shifts and the ongoing dialogue about economic reforms that are fundamental to many of today's conversations both domestically and abroad. As we wrap up our coverage, the developments of the past day unite under a common theme: an increasingly interconnected world where decisions made at international forums like Davos ripple across borders and weave through the fabric of domestic policies and traditions. Whether addressing sovereignty in Greenland, enduring conflict in Ukraine, or energy politics in Venezuela, the complexity and interdependency of these stories underscore the precarious balance of today's global order. Thank you for joining us this evening. We'll continue to follow these stories closely and provide updates as they unfold. Stay tuned for more analysis and insights tomorrow as we track these vital issues shaping our world. Good night.